Well, let's move to Kansas now. While you won't be voting for any United States senators, governors, or any big state office holders, not to be left out, you do have a statewide ballot issue to decide involving the taxing of boats. Okay, it's not the biggest issue in the world, but you may be left scratching your head when you walk into your local polling station Tuesday and see this massive, and I mean massive, one-page ballot question on the taxation of watercraft in the Sunflower State. Should your neighbor with the speedboat or fishing boat get a tax break? Currently, a kink in the law means boats in Kansas are taxed so much higher than other forms of property that many boat owners just register their boats in Missouri or Oklahoma. This amendment fixes that. According to backers, a $20,000 boat in Oklahoma carries a $150 property tax bill, but is taxed at about $750 in Kansas. The result, there are 20,000 fewer boats registered in Kansas than there were a decade ago. So what, some people may say Tuesday. Why should I care about that, Dave?
Well, you should care only because the tax code is a little confusing in Kansas. If you have a boat or you know someone who has a boat and you think he or she should pay less in taxes, you'd vote yes. I'm not sure it's something that's going to occupy a lot of time, even though it's a lengthy ballot measure. It is really pushed by recreational boat dealers and recreational areas. Kansas isn't a great spot for boating, so I don't know how much.
But some people might think, oh, people with boats are one percenters. I'm not going to vote for that.
Well, they're not one percenters because it would affect small things like canoes and small fishing vessels.
So these are not just luxury boats?
It's not just luxury boats, and it's quite a bit of money that the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries believe they lose to places like Missouri and Oklahoma. So the money would go to that department. It's a quirk in the law that RVs and cars and other things of that nature are separated out and taxed at a lower rate, where the boats go in as other property, so it comes to a higher market value. So the state's losing quite a bit of revenue.
Can I just also say very quickly, we should pay attention to this, Nick, in part because property is classified differently in the state of Kansas for taxation purposes, not just boats. Residential property versus agricultural property, commercial property, they're all classified differently. If property taxes become a huge issue in Kansas, which is possible when the new tax cuts go into effect next year, those classifications could become part of a larger debate over how property is taxed in the state. This may be the camel's nose in the tent on that issue of classification in Kansas, which is a huge political issue, and 20 years ago was the biggest issue in the entire state.
With no state office holders on the ballot, and this being the only state issue on the ballot, is it then any wonder that Chris Kobach, the Kansas Secretary of State, predicting the lowest percentage of Kansas voters going to the polls on Tuesday since 2000?
It's not really a surprise. The presidential isn't competitive. You do have competitive, in some places, state legislature races, particularly in our area. That may increase turnout a little bit, but frankly, they're just not as visible. They don't get people quite as excited. I will say that turnout for early voting has been pretty strong. That's in our area. That suggests that there is more interest in this election than there, say, would have been in 2010.
But that's in local races.
Right, exactly right. Because the presidential, I think people sort of understand Mitt Romney is clearly the favorite.